Hello everyone, it's Nathan from Nathan's DIY Garage. Today we have an E39. We're going to check the front control arms. This car does not rattle, doesn't have any problems, but we just need to inspect it and get an idea of what's going on and how soon we're going to have to put control arms on it. Okay, so here we are under the E39. It's kind of a tight fit and kind of crappy light. So we'll focus. Okay, so we're going to get back a little bit. We're going to look. So obviously this is your tie rod right here. We're going to look at the tie rod joint right here. We're also going to check the inner tie rod up here. Also, this is the main problem with these cars. This is pretty much the same setup as an X5, an E53 X5. So you have this one main arm that controls all the thrust. So it has a bushing up here, and it has a ball joint at the bottom right here. There's also a arm right here. I believe it's called the Camber Arm. I'm going out of focus here. Let's see if I get her back in. Okay, and it's got the same thing, a bushing here and a ball joint right here. Now, the bushing on the Camber Arm rarely ever goes out. That's more of a solid bushing. I have seen the ball joint bad before. This does not take most of the heat when you hit a pothole. The one that does is the big one up here, and mainly this bushing right here. So let me reposition here. I'll show you how I check this to see if it's starting to get bad. Okay, so what we have here, we have a pair of vice grips. They're not locked on tight, they're just barely locked on. That's going to give us a little bit of leverage to pre-inspect this bushing. And we're just going to push a little bit on it. You can see it has a little bit of flex to it. This one's still pretty good, but it is flexing quite a bit, and it's not too hard to move. So you're going to want to look in here, and you're going to want to look at the stubs. They'll have 3 posts that go from the outer bushing to the inside bushing. You're going to be wanting to look for cracks, for dry rot cracks in that, and any kind of, how can I describe this, any kind of rubbery wear marks in there, where you can see it's been hitting a little too hard, rubbing a little more than what it should be. So this one's not too bad, but it is. Let's see if I could do it without moving the camera. There you go. And that's just a little bit of force. So I would say probably 20,000 miles. This guy here is going to start hitting the metal and start rattling when you hit bumps. So the next thing I'm going to do is get a small pry bar. We're going to go in here and look at the ball joints. So we're going to go back here on this one first. We're going to push down on it. And this one doesn't have any wear at all. And if those move much at all, they need to be replaced. And the ball joints are not replaceable. You have to do the whole control arm. So same one with this guy right here. Let me see if I can get in there and get to him. Okay. He's really tight. There's no play on him. And while we're in here, let's go ahead and check out the tie rod. If I get that in there like that without ripping the boot, there's no play in him at all. So the last thing we're going to do before we call this car good help, you might say, we're going to go up here, we're going to look at the sway bar links. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab it at the back. We're going to see if we can turn it. We cannot. We're going to look at the bottom one. We're going to look for any kind of like rusty dust, any kind of wear. This one is a little bit, let's see if I get to it. Nah, that's pretty good. I mean, overall, it's not bad at all. So that's how you check your control arms. If you think your car is not handling correctly, you're thinking you're losing a little bit of handling in the corners, you hit a real rough road and you think you hear a little bit of rattling, a little bit of clunking, but you're not sure. And when you do the tire test with your foot, it does not show up it's got any wear. This is probably what your problem is. Okay guys, so that's all for today's video. I want to get the video of the E46 window regulator up. I was going to try to do it tonight. I need to go do some running around. I won't be here to do it. Tomorrow that video will be up. It'll be a complete step-by-step how to do the E46 windows on the sedan or the coupe. So anyway, that's all for today's video, guys. If you like this video, if it helped you out, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, comment, and also subscribe to my channel. Also check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Nathan's DIY Garage. Thank you.